my first thought with this film was, oh no, this doesn't look like it's going to be that good. Because it was breaking the fourth wall in such a cheesy way. And it was like, hey, let me be cool and relatable. It was trying to do what Zombieland had already done, basically. And it gave me strong Zombieland vibes right at the start. And then it did just go in its own direction and became its own film. And it really is Joel's story, and more not just about his love for Amy, but discovering who he is and how he's overcome this world that he's been left behind in. And kind of gaining that confidence, almost like a coming of age film, but he is in his mid 20s in the film, so I don't know if that's the right time to really say you're coming of age. But the film, I've enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would do when I first put it on. And Michael Rooker coming into it playing the character of Clyde, and Ariana Greenblatt playing Minnow. Those are two characters that are absolutely brilliant. They were unexpected. I didn't expect it for them to turn up, and they were great additions to the cast and help with the plot progression, of course. And I'd be doing this film a disservice if I didn't talk about the best character in the whole film, which is, of course, Boy the dog. Oh my God, what a good boy that dog is. And that's all I'm going to say.
What a good boy is.
Exactly. Honest to God. When that dog came on screen, I was like, oh, yes. I was so pumped, ready for this. What I think Love and Monsters does really well. So I'm going to talk a little bit about monster movies in general. I love it. Like I said, I love a good monster movie, whether that's like a kaiju film or like a, monster in the house kind of film like Alien or The Thing, being like the classic horrors kind of style. There was a beautiful moment at the start of the film where it did choose to have practical effects over the use of CGI. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, mwah, love it. Now, the film is very CGI heavy, but not in an unrealistic sense. I mean, at the end of the day, these monsters are all real life creatures that have been turned into what they are, these monsters. And they don't, as ridiculous and over the top they are, they're not unbelievably over the top and ridiculous. And they look great. There's a reason this has been nominated for an Oscar in the category it has been, because it looks absolutely fantastic and it does a great job at those monsters. The world building makes perfect sense. All these creatures now inhabit the earth. They are cold-blooded, so they don't, they need the heat to survive and everything, and they've just gone out the way and completely crushed humankind in their sense. Everyone has to live underground because that's the safest place for them to go. It was just an all-round fun experience, and I think Dylan O'Brien really, as the main guy, he's fun to watch, he's interesting, you like him, you find him relatable in a lot of ways as well, and you're rooting for him, all the things you need from a kind of protagonist in these films as well. You need to be rooting for him, you need to understand why he's doing what he's doing, and at no point did I be like, I wouldn't really be doing that, or that's a stupid decision. I mean, it's a stupid decision that he's crossing the country, which is inhabited by monsters, to go see a girl he hasn't seen in 8 years. That's already a stupid decision, but you still root for him at the end of the day. And just when I thought things were getting predictable in the film, like I was like, oh, this is going to happen, or oh, I bet this is going to happen, it actually subverted my expectations and changed up the formula in a good way, that it's still the kind of film you expect it to be, but with those little surprises that me go, oh, I thought the story was going to go in a different direction, which was absolutely fantastic. I genuinely think that it's deserving of all the praise. Like, it's nothing groundbreaking. It's not doing anything new. It's not doing anything that hasn't been done before. Because, there's an amalgamation of different films you can tell this is clearly taken inspiration from. And, the boy meets girl, boy has to find girl, boy meets people along the way, learns new skills, learns to find himself, finds that the love was in him all along, kind of thing. It's nothing new, but it's still original in its own sense as well. And as much as it's just set in California, the world building, it's great. Post-apocalyptic films, you always kind of have that kind of same style of everything looks kind of bleak and grey and depressing. This is actually quite lush and colourful and bright and like green, because there's just so much and I found that was quite a different take on what a post-apocalyptic world would be, because normally you see them, they're quite dusty and just depressing, really. There was nothing depressing about this film. It was just a fantastic watch all round. So if you want to get the popcorn at the ready, if you want to sit down and have yourself entertained, and sometimes be holding your breath with the sheer worry of what's going to happen to these characters, Love and Monsters is an absolutely fantastic watch. I would give it a solid rating. Really enjoyable. Not too long, doesn't drag itself out as well. Could there be a sequel in the future? Maybe. I hope not. It's one of those films that, you know, I think it just leave it where it is. But what a film. And there was a lot of moments where I felt a wee bit emotional, I have to be honest. There was moments of, oh, I feel a wee tear coming on. But I'm too tough to cry. No, I'm not. I'm definitely not too tough to cry.